Hey, good day, everybody. It's Dr. Bruce Guillory here with Health Source Chiropractic in Atascocita, Texas, coming to you from our clinic this morning on Thursday, July 9th. And this is going to be going out to all our folks that are on our email list. I'll be posting it on a few social media sites as well. And if you're not on our email list, I would encourage you to contact our office via the phone at 281-852-5600. Make sure that you get on our email list so we can keep you updated on things that are happening in the clinic with this type of video, also some other written type things that we can update you with as well. So please contact us and let us make sure we get you on the email list. We will not be bombarding your and filling your email box up by any means. No more than one email a week maximum. And hopefully at some point when things are a little more normal in our country, it'll be only about twice a month we'll be shooting out reminder emails, except on special occasions when something different is happening. And by the way, stay tuned to what I'm talking here, because toward the end I've got some really, really important announcements about some things regarding the clinic. Okay, so here we go. First of all, let's talk today about something that I've been seeing a lot of my patients talk to me about. I've literally had this week alone a half a dozen patients talk to me about, and which means a lot more are experiencing this because they don't always talk to me about it. But I've probably had a half a dozen or more patients come to me and say that they were dealing with issues of stress related to everything that's going on here in our country. And I think a week or two ago, I spoke on this and I said, we're dealing with so many things on top of things right now. We're dealing with a pandemic. We're dealing with economic challenges in our country because of the pandemic and because of other things. And we're dealing with, we've dealt with these protests and things like that. And it's a lot of stuff that is stressing us out. And some of my patients are beginning to tell me this specifically, that they're having issues with getting good rest. And I'm going to tell you, I'll raise my hand and tell you, yes, I have also had moments and seasons during the season where I had struggles getting good rest, particularly at the beginning of all this back in the spring. Not as much anymore, although every now and then I'll admit it does affect my rest. But so let's talk a little bit about this whole lack of rest and lack of good sleep and its relation to what some might call pandemic fatigue. So much overdosing on information about the pandemic, but I'm going to say it's beyond pandemic fatigue. It's negativity fatigue. Just way too much negativity going on in our world right now. So let's talk about the importance of making sure we get good rest. Because right now, guys, I just want to tell you, right now is not the time to back off. I know we get tired of hearing about COVID. I know we get tired of hearing about the economy, etc. But it's not the time to back off of taking good care of yourself. It's really important that we get good rest. Listen, if you're not sleeping well, if you're not getting good rest overnight, when you have decreased rest and decreased sleep, you are increasing the levels of stress in your life. And if you're getting decreased sleep already because of stress, then you're just making things worse. And in addition to that, as you have decreased sleep and decreased solid restorative rest, and you have increased stress in your life, you are decreasing your immune response. Follow that again. You've got a combination of a couple of things here. Increased stress and decreased good rest decreases your immune response. Certainly not what we need right now. So I want to give you some tips today on how to go about making sure you have the best shot at getting good rest. Okay, one, and I talk about this a lot because we know, we speak about eat well, move well, think well, and rest well. This is the fourth leg of our wellness table, if you will. Rest is so important. This is the time that the body powers down and can repair and restore and regenerate in your body all the things that need to be fixed from our day-to-day living. If you just think about this for a second, the whole entire reason you and I get the sensation of getting sleepy, what's that about? Why should we get this sensation of, man, I'm so sleepy, I got to get to bed, Why could that? Well, maybe the guy that did the wiring on us knew what he was doing, and he developed this as a way to say it's time to power down, Bruce, or whatever your name is. It's time to power down so that we can repair the damage that's been done due to your daily living. And in this day and age, with all this stress and anxiety going on, there's even more damage being done to ourselves. So it's more vital that we get good rest. So number one, I want you to start doing some things that help create a regular routine in your life. Let me give you an example of part of my routine. Number one, as I get closer to bed, I turn down bedtime. I turn down lights, so it gets darker. That helps to begin to tell my mind it's getting ready to go to bed. Number two, I like to do a set of gratitudes at the very end of my day, where I sit down and I review my day just in quiet solitude and think about at least three things from the day that I'm very grateful for. and why I'm grateful for them, and re-experience that in my mind and write them down, okay, or type them up, whatever it may be, but write them down. So as soon as I am done with my gratitudes, boom, the last light goes off. Doors have all been checked, and I head to bed. And I go to bed thinking about those things that I've been grateful for. Here's the other part of the routine. You want to make sure you're going to bed and waking up at about the same time every single night. My routine is basically about 10 o'clock to about 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Um, that's my normal routine. And I do that even on weekends. It may be a little bit off on weekends, but for the most part, that's exactly what I do. So get a routine, go to bed at the same time, wake up at the same time. Your body will function and get better rest if it's on a good circadian rhythm. If you guys know anything or have read anything about jet lag, this is why you have struggles getting to sleep when you've traveled, across 3 or 4 time zones, because you've gotten your body out of that routine and it's not going to rest near as well. Okay, make some sense to you? So start a good routine. 2, don't nap excessively. I know sometimes you need that little snoozer in the middle of the day. I need them too sometimes, and it's usually only about a 20-minute nap for me, and then I'm up and running again. But if you're really struggling to get good rest at night, really minimize your nap time. Try not to do those unless you've absolutely got to. You want to get to bedtime feeling tired and feeling sleepy. 3, make sure that you are exercising regularly, but not too close to bedtime. I recommend you're not doing any significant exercise at least 2 hours before you go to bed. Some of you need to be longer than that, but at least 2 hours before bedtime. Do not do exercise that gets your heart rate up, et cetera, and releases all kind of hormones that energizes you basically. So don't do your exercise that late at night. 4, that was 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4. I want you to work on it. I've spoken about this before on videos and things I've written. I need you to moderate and monitor your news intake from all sources, whether that's on TV. Honestly, I don't even watch news on TV at all anymore, or whether it's on the internet, which I am guilty of watching too much at times. So monitor and moderate your news intake. Don't read all the comments. Don't read all the comments. Don't read all the comments. Trust me, I've done it. It doesn't do you any good. It just raises that stress and anxiety levels quite a bit. So stay away from that. Moderate and monitor your news intake. Get a few headlines, know what's going on, and then move on. Move on. If you're scrolling through social media, scroll through and try to watch for the positive things. When you see the negative things, and I know you recognize them pretty quickly, when you see the negative things, just scroll on. You see a positive thing, a puppy or a cat, or a story about some friend's family and some great pictures of their kids. Look at those things, okay? Avoid the other things. Here's the other thing. All these screens and things that we get involved watching have blue light. You may have heard about blue light. And having too much blue light right before bedtime is bad for your ability to get good rest. So some people would say at least an hour before bedtime, shut off your screens. It's hard. I know. I struggle with that myself. But shut off your screen so you have less exposure to blue light. And last but not least, step number 6 here is watch your alcohol intake. Yes, I understand that if you drink a drink before you go to bed, you may go to sleep easier. I get that. But we know that alcohol inhibits your ability to get to those deep restorative levels of rest. So you may sleep sooner, you may even sleep longer, but you're not going to sleep as well. And we're talking about trying to get quality sleep here. And remember, the whole purpose of sleep is not just to have your eyes closed, but it's to get real rest, so your body can repair the damage that has occurred during the day. I said that earlier. Repair and restore and regenerate from the things that have gone on during the day that damage our bodies, right? Because if we don't get good rest, it's going to increase our stress levels and it's going to decrease our immune response. So keep that in mind. So, hey, that's my tips for the day for Thursday, July the 9th. But I got a couple of really, really important announcements. One, I've been speaking about this a little bit. Recently, you may know that HealthSource has teamed up with a company called Clean Remedies, and that company is going to be providing us with our CBD oils and CBD products. Those have been ordered and should be shipped shortly, and we'll have them soon, available soon at our office. HealthSource has looked all around the country to try to find the best to provide for our patients, and we believe we've done that with a company called Clean Remedies. Everything is organic, everything is made right here in a good old US of A. And so we're going to have an awesome product for those of you who have been looking for CBD type products. We're going to have that available shortly. We'll keep you updated on that. If you're getting this on the email, you're going to note that below there will be another recipe of the week. And so please check that out and use it. We're always going to give you good, healthy, tasty recipes to use. Try out the recipe. Let us know if you tried it and you liked it. Let us know if you made any changes or any tweaks to it. We would love to hear about that too. And then last but certainly not least, this is really important. This is what I said at the beginning. You got to stay with me to the end today. Next week, we're not seeing patients next week. Get that. No patients next week at all. Monday through Thursday, myself and the team are going through what's called Health Source University. It's 4 intense days of webinars all day long with some hour breaks in there for lunch and just general breaks, but we're not going to be seeing patients. We're going to be doing all this training so we can do our job better here at the office, communicate better with you guys, provide a higher level of service and quality of service to you guys. And we're going to be busting our ever-loving tails off next week to try to become better at what we do here at Health Source of Atascocita. So please, we are not going to be in. And also, at the end of the week, I'm flying out too. I've got to get up to Cleveland, Ohio, near corporate headquarters, actually, for a meeting with some other chiropractors there. Again, designed to help me be a better chiropractor for you guys. So we are out all next week for training and preparation. We'll be returning the following week. So keep that in mind. If you need to be seen, we're in today on Thursday from 2:30 until 6, and tomorrow's half day Friday. We will be here only from 8:30 until noon. So give us a shout at 281-852-5600. We'll be happy to get you guys in. Until we speak to you guys again, y'all have an amazing rest of your week, a super weekend. Stay safe, be smart, get good rest. Develop all those good sleep hygiene habits. You guys have an awesome one.